wanted something to save, you wanted something to tame. You wanted me to come running when you called my name. You wanted something to train, girl, that you could keep on the chain, girl. Ever since you laid eyes on me, you've been barking up the wrong damn tree. Girl, you tried to tighten up the collar, clean me up, pull me up by the holler. That's one pill I ain't never gonna swallow. It's only one way this ends. Me running off you on the porch crying. Girl, I don't guess I can blame you for trying to fence me in, but that's your fault. Hell, you brought in this outside dog. I'm born to howl at the moon. You know I need me some room for chasing me all night and then sleeping till noon. You wanna do what I do, girl? Hell no, it ain't you, girl. Yeah, I've heard it before and I know that it hurts. Baby, you ain't the first girl who tried to tighten up the collar, clean me up, pull me up by the holler. That's one pill I ain't never gonna swallow. It's only one way this ends. Me running off you on the porch crying. Girl, I don't guess I can blame you for trying to fence me in, but that's your fault. Hell, you brought in this outside dog. Yes, outside dog. Ever since you laid eyes on me, you've been barking up the wrong damn tree. Girl, you tried to tighten up the collar, clean me up, pull me up by the holler. That's one pill I ain't never gonna swallow. There's only one way this ends. Me running off you on the porch crying. Girl, I don't guess I can blame you for trying to fence me in. That's your fault. Hell, you brought in this outside dog. Yeah, this outside dog.
You say too late to start, got your heart in hand. I don't believe any of it. You say too late to start, ain't your heart in hand. You know you're better than this.
Twisting my words and bringing up the past, baby, you know that you better than that. I don't got time to deal with the drama, I bought the Chanel and I got your back. I promised that I would've never gotten phone if I knew I would get so attached. I promised that I would've never hit the road if I knew that you weren't coming back. Was it too much to ask for? You know that I had you. You know that I would've did anything, anything that you asked for. You know that I had you. I know that you know I gave you everything.
Stressing, quit stressing. You should already know how I'm stepping. Saying you want love for the essence, this time I'll be the one to address it. No ABCs, but I got that for your efforts. New Van Cleef for the necklace. Being that voice of the trenches, so tell me what's your preference. I'ma keep my cool if you stay composed. And when your boy gets home, I don't wanna hear no...
Just about set for a start. Happy to have you with us, and we are underway here on Thursday Night Prime Time. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And the Falcons grab it. And they will 6-yard line. It's hard enough to play on the road in this league as it is, but to start on the road with a fumble on the opening kickoff, just not the precedent you obviously want to set.
Not at all, and now it's just words because they've talked about it all week. From the time they start game planning for this one, remember, going into hostile territory, we have to set the tone right in the beginning, and they do the exact opposite.
18 Cardinal.
Throwing to start the drive. Mendoza. And this one is incomplete.
It's zone defense right away here defensively, and I know that these linebackers and DBs are going to be tested throughout. They passed the first test, though. This one falls incomplete.
On the ground, it's the rookie from Tennessee. And still fighting. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. He showed his shiftiness and his explosion to take him all the way down near the goal line.
Love that description, and it creates momentum. Maybe you hand it to him again since he's got it going, or do you fake it to him and throw it to a teammate? Right now, the options are wide open.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. Off the bootleg, Mendoza. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Trey McBride from 4 yards out. And the Falcons march right down the field in 3 plays to claim the early advantage.
I thought that was a nice job there of feeling the pressure and rolling out away from it and keeping the play alive. And I think he did it with the idea that his tight end would find his way free in the end zone, and his confidence was rewarded.
Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Falcons 7.
The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown reception from Trey McBride. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. Well, now how about this return? And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by the man who proclaims to be from a whole pack of Badgers. Came into the league back in 2012, Russell Wilson.
And similar to his nickname, Russell.
And right away, he lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like...
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. Here's the Jets punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 of the 15. Might have needed just one more block as it stands, 37-yard return. And this offense now with a short field ahead, 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Taking it in from 14 yards out. And the Falcons are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Not even 2 minutes into this football game, already we've had 2 scores.
You know how much I like to read about teams of old, right? The teams of yesteryear. There were some teams that were known as the point-a-minute teams. Well, obviously in a 60-minute game, that's 60-plus points. But 2 touchdowns in the first 2 minutes? My calculator doesn't operate that well.
And now on the other side, they better wake up. They haven't even gotten off the bus yet. Aubrey now for the PAT. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead.
14, Jets.
A nice tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only 1 play to score it. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he loses the football a second time. And this is going to be brought back. It's a scoop and score for the Falcon TD. Boy, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
Aubrey now for the point after. It's good, and before you know it, it's 21-0.
Makes the score.
So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. Back on the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably... Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. Oh, one of the linemen on the other side has got it. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't it?
It really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
On first down, Sampson. And a good-looking run there as he'll take us inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. 48 yards rushing for him now in just his first 3 carries. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Delay of game, offense.
Well, everybody was up there ready at the line of scrimmage, CD, but no snap, and the delay of game ensued.
Yeah, and I'm sure their head coach is asking the exact same thing. What's going on out there? Almost like they thought they had more time than actually was on the clock.
And they'll get him down right about the 20. He's brought behind the chain, 2nd and 12.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 12.
Looking to throw. Mendoza. And Cooks has it over the middle. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Sampson. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. 21-0 our score after 1. Back now in Atlanta, 2nd quarter action. The Falcons with the football as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. And this one is right through. And the route is on. It's 24-0. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they have the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed block 3 from where they started. So the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
Looking to put a drive together. On the ground, this is Amarian Hampton. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. In motion right is Wilson. Here we go on 2nd and 12. And he lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the 2nd quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
Shelling defenders at the 15. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A great play there. 28 yards. And the Falcons are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Well, we've talked about it before. You know, this jet sweep, something a lot of teams like to run nowadays, and this one winds up in the end zone.
And it is all about creating different ways to get the ball in the hands of your playmakers. And wasn't it interesting that prior to this game, head coach told us, I saw this sitting in my chair watching a Tuesday night college game and decided to implement it myself.
Aubrey now for the PAT. And the route is on here in this first half. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Jets ready to get going again here on offense. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll get this out to the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
And the Jets, first down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Run once more with Hampton. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Wilson. And it's intercepted. Clark Phillips is good. And the Falcons are going to take over here up near the 40.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. Mendoza now, throwing to start the drive. And getting this just shy in midfield. They'll spot it at the 49.
Gain of 10 yards. And the Falcons, first down.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He's out of bounds as he gets this down to 45. This 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd.
Back to throw. Mendoza. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Cater Tohu there defensively.
Up the middle they go. Sampson skirts by him at the 35. Past the 20. Touchdown, Falcons. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Falcons extend their lead yet again. Boy, missed tackles continuing to plague this defense, and they surrender another big play and a touchdown here.
Yeah, but my count, at least 2 guys had shots at it, maybe even more than that. But this defense, they've looked out of sorts all game long. That was definitely not one of their better efforts right there.
The extra point up and good by Auburn. And a rout is on here in this 1st half. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage here by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The New York set to take the field. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Wilson. That's to the speedster Olave Zaccheaus. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. To throw is Wilson. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Clark Phillips has got it. And the Falcons are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
35-yard line.
Boy, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
And the Falcons now going to go on offense late in this first half. And just inside of a minute left, Charles, they got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. Now it's 2nd and 10.
Marquise Siegel on the coverage.
He's going to try and take off with it. Stop shy of the 45. Showed off a nice little move on the play, though. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, Sampson. And he shot the tackle. Now he's got some space. And he's going to have the Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 112 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in his first half. Gave a glimpse of his power that time. And then brought down at the 30. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter.
At the 30-yard line.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen here, and you never know what you're going to get in the NFL. Sometimes it goes down to the wire. Other times, it's blowout city, like what this game is shaping up to be. But hey, anything can happen, so let's go to the second half. Send it back out to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scotty, thank you as always. Well, likely 2 very different halftime speeches by these head coaches, that's for sure, as we get set for half number 2. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. And that's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback. The Falcons offense ready to get going to begin this third quarter. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground here on first down. Gets past 1 man. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10.
42-yard line.
Off play action. Mendoza. Over the middle, complete. It's Jennings. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. Off the play fake. Mendoza going deep for Diggs. And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground, incomplete. Thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. Third quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Cockrell holds it in left side. And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
That's another Falcons first down.
Back to throw again. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Atlanta, Georgia's the spot, and glad to have you along for the ride. Third quarter action, 2nd and 10. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He gets it to Cooks. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Brandon Cooks from 17 yards out. And the Falcons take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this third quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight. This game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time, and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a mishit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
Now a 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at their 49-yard line.
Now it's Wilson. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. They'll come up now 3rd and 9.
A loss of 7 yards. And it's 3rd.
Wilson.
3rd and 9.
Under pressure, they got him again. Gerald McCoy able to drop it that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Here's the Jets punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Yeah, here now come the Falcons. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but let's give credit where it's due because
we'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Brandon Cooks with now his 2nd touchdown of this 3rd quarter. And the Falcons just continue to roll. Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And, Charles, we haven't even hit the 4th quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that a heck of a lot. But how can they get out of here with some dignity? Can they get a stop or two? Can they make a play on offense themselves? Anything to start to feel better about what's happened to them here in this one.
Aubrey good with a PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, After we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Nice upfield move there by Gerald McCoy, getting in there to make the stop. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. They'll run. This is George Holani. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. In motion goes the tight end. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's taken down back at his own 7. J.T. Tuimoloau, his 2nd sack of the night.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
They just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Here's the Jets punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. That's taken it around the 40. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And this offense is going to be set up with a 1st and 10 inside the 15. They'll run on 1st down. Sampson. And he'll be taken down after a minimal pickup, and that will take us to the end of quarter number 3. 4th quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Prime Time. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Now in Atlanta. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, this offensive line has really stepped up to the challenge here because those Mastodons, they've been sensational clearing holes all game long. And this is great work down here near the goal line to give their back the space he needs to work his way into the end zone.
Aubrey now for the point after. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. They had the short field and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And oh my goodness, he loses it again. And the Falcons grab it. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him. To throw is Mendoza. Throwing to start the drive. And that's nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one is over a long time ago.
But he's going to have a gain of 11 to the 11 before he's brought down. First and 10. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, we know so much is added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Aubrey now for the PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Falcons 66.
So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was capped off by a touchdown reception from Trey McBride. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And this return going to come with a quick end as he was belted at the end of that one. Now the Jets offense gets ready to head back on the field. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
There's a short throw. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On the give, this is Hampton. He'll be dropped shy of the 40 despite powering through the tackle. Calling a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want, but on the defensive side of the ball, you scramble a little bit. Now you're behind, trying to figure out, do I need to blitz it? Do I need pressure? How do I gain an advantage on this snap? And they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. 2nd and 10.
Incomplete. Guardian overshot.
Now Wilson. Now a run here off the arm. The ball comes out. And the Falcons say they have it. They do.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through. And that last error, I think that crystallizes it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That's been representative of their entire game still being shut out. The Falcons ready to take over. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but They've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would have, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now...
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed watching their execution throughout this contest.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And trouble there on the kickoff as that goes out of bounds.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner, I suppose, but you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure. Because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the 25. So at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
Now 2nd and 5. There's Wilson to throw. Zacchaeus here hauling it in. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. So the completion good for just 3. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down. Trying to run for it with Hampton. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about his desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame whooping has turned into results.
Here's the Jets punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And that one will skip out of bounds as the linesman will mark this thing right at the 15-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. Well, they don't need to score here, that's for sure. They could just kneel it. They've got the huge lead late 4th quarter, but we'll see how they're feeling, Charles.
Yeah, we all know people out there who like to use every second of the clock, no matter what the score. And we know they don't need the points. They've scored in abundance already. Let's find out how they want to finish this ball game.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down.
What an advantage having a lead guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
They'll keep it on the ground. Sampson. They'll get him to the ground at the 20, following a pickup of 4. Now a 3rd and 6.
4 brings up 3rd and 6.
Now a handoff up the middle. Sampson. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. For the winning team here, Charles, that's about as big and clean of a win as you could hope for in the National Football League. No turnovers. Meanwhile, you forced turnovers. You didn't allow any points, and you put up a bunch of points. What an effort.
And, Brandon, I just have to ask you, That's all the stuff that we saw happen today. Those are statistics, numbers, the whole deal. But my question is, how does one team come ready to play and the other one, obviously, not ready at all?
Well, I mean, I obviously don't have an answer to that, but that was the story from the get-go. One side was awake and ready, and the other just seemed to sleep.
That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
Yeah, huh? Let's go. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, yeah. It's so rugged. So right. It's so rugged. It's so right. It's so right. One album is getting kinda hectic. Too many years on me like I'm in Texas. 3 years deep now, keeping them guessing. 4-star hotel, what's for breakfast? 5 fingers, give you a blister. 6 at the wheel, you're 6 the mister. Give me your mama, I'ma kiss her. I said 6 rings on me like I'm in Pittsburgh. Motion maker, record breaker. 6 on my chest like an LA Laker. Black belt MC, call me master. 6 on the beat, it's a speaker blaster. Bars are hot, and bars are ready. A Little Caesars with the extra chetty. Extra style, extra flow. Drip for sale, like 5 below. Yeah, in the club now like I'm BD. Counting these notes like I'm MIDI. Laugh to the bank, hit the gritty. Go and tell your mom that she really, really pretty. Yo, I called up your grandma. Said this the new age nostalgia. She said that last night she called ya. Said JVB is the future. Palace backpack, Nike snapback. Break truck, stop playing hack sack. All gas, whole lot of motion. Headbang, whiplash, past the moat train. Soft up, fits on 10. Yankee fitted, even in my bed. Small town boys up next to bat. JVB, make it get slapped. It's so rugged. So right. It's so rugged. It's so right. It's so right.
Yeah, hey, down with my brothers. Brothers from another. Even if I wasn't, treat me like a cousin. I'm from California. Speak a little southern. Cheap about a dozen. Can you keep a secret? Look who in my recent. She's so indecent. You don't want no beef with. You don't want no beef with.
Damn, these talk to me wild like they ain't try to be down like when y'all 12, you wasn't trying to be cow. Copy my style and show it to their friends and try to say that it's them, but y'all know what this is. Red bone on the couch and they both mahogany brown. Gap is so big it can see my house. Then again, my view is too stupid, bruh, for real. Don't forget about who really do this, bruh, for real.
It's so rugged. So right. It's so right.
Killer Cali, go closer. You like a lot of to the clipping in the holster like it's supposed to be closer than your chauffeur, Costa Nostra. Stick up to your nose, this rolling stone and no loner. California, ill as pneumonia when we confold you with that villain's aroma, pilling out, spilling all your feelings out on the corner, chilling out. Ice grilling my mouth, shout out to soldiers, not pulling the out to show you, but the brains over the rover. They put a coat over the stain, cause for the day we whipping your rain, so you're hitting the bank. Don't forget that the game colder than polars. California bears, take your chain off for ya, because out of all of you squares, I'm a yeah, put it in the air like the motor hit the roller.
Wild little piece. Lord, how I gave my parents fist. Tried so hard to raise me right, but I was born to run the night. Daddy took me hunting when I was a kid. Wouldn't believe
said, boy, hold this. Told my cousin you better run. Last time he poked fun at me, got my with a tree. Wow, son of a gun, pay for all I done. Swear they'll get us here, 'cause I ain't done just yet. Full drive, blue lights lit up my brown eyes. I just tried to play cool. Cop said, boy, you're just a fool. Cut that stuff in the trunk. Next time I won't get so. Why, son of a gun, pay for all I've done. Swear they'll get upset. My parents' couch, trying to figure out what love's about. Mom came no more. Kick that girl out in the street. Next time I'll be more discreet. Why, son of a gun, pay for all I